making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah. Things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, things we're making Thursday, yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Guess what today is? It is Thursday. You can tell by that wonderful Thursday, things we're making Thursday jingling sound. That jingle was created by Jess from J Hook Magic and her husband. If you don't already have them, go check them out. They're wonderful. She is. Yeah, there you go. But they sang it together. Yeah, that was a wonderful jingle for us. What is Things We're Making Thursday for all the new people that are here? That is a collaboration of a bunch of content creators. And if you want to see who they are, use that hashtag, the TWMT. I don't know why, I'm just like, I always think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and I'm going to get it wrong. But Things We're Making Thursday, hashtag, you can click on that and see what any of us are up to. You can join 1 month, you can join all the months. That is totally up to you. We're a very low-key, just a great group to hang around with. Last year, it was picked, one pattern was picked, and we all made the same pattern, but we had different yarns and different colors and just, put our own flair on things. Well, this year, it's expanded to themes. So you're picking something. You pick what you want to make if you want to play along and make something out of that theme. So the month of March is bags. Any kind of bag. You want to make a bag? Make a bag, whatever. It can be a little tiny bag that you can use for the little kids for the tooth fairy. It can be a big, huge bag. It can be, felted. Who's into felting? I haven't done felting in a lot of years, but I've done it before. I had a friend that was amazing, and she did amazing on the felted bags. But, you can do whatever you want. It can be knit, it can be sewn, it can be crochet. You do what you want. Weaving, you can weave it if you want to. You do it however you want to. And there's a Facebook group. You can join the Facebook group and chat. There you go. And it doesn't have to be about this month's projects. It's a great group of people. Feel free to join in, look around, add your pictures. It's up to you. Like I said, it's pretty low key and it's a lot of fun. So this month is making bags. So I had to do a little rummaging on this one because this for me is a massive throwback. I made this particular bag a lot of years ago. I looked it up. 2008. Yeah. I made this in 2008. Look at this. And it was on display. Isn't that gorgeous? It was on display in the local yarn store for quite some time. And my husband, I had this, and it had a little tag on it, just telling you the pattern and what yarn it was still, because I had it in storage. And my husband said, "Ooh, that's nice. When did you buy that?" I did not buy this. I made this. This is all me. This is my knit bag. Now, this is a free pattern. This is from Drops. And it is a free pattern. I'll have that link down below. And I'll show you what the, tab moved, Drops Designs. So there it is, right? So you can see that, but it is free. It is a knit pattern. I used Barocco Comfort for mine. You can use whatever you want to, worsted weight yarn, right? If you use a bigger yarn, you're gonna get a bigger purse. That's how that works. If you use a smaller yarn, you're gonna get a smaller purse. I know it's crazy. I mean, we're talking craziness right here. But I used the Barocco Comfort, and I have some of that right here just to show what that looks like in the ball, right? So the Barocco Comfort, again, is a number 4, 210 yards, 100 grams, and this is easy care. Let's see, where's the easy care and stuff on this? Machine wash, inside out, warm water, gentle cycle, dry clean when mixing light and dark colors, tumble dry, low heat, do not over dry. And don't iron. Okay, got it. Let's see. So yeah, it's a super fine nylon, 50% nylon, 50% acrylic. So just a nice, comfortable, easy yarn. I've got a few different colors here, but this is all Barocco Comfort. I made a sweater with this too, different color, plum color, but I did a sweater and I really like it. And that was well over a decade too. I still have it, and you may have seen me wear it, as I still wear it. So let's talk about this beautiful design. Okay, and what fun things I did for this. I mean, this is so cool. I do have it stuffed with a couple balls of yarn because I have a few lying around. I can do that to let you see what that shape is. I went to Michael's at that time period, and I got this. You can see that chain. That is a craft chain. It was 48 inches. I didn't use all of it. You're like, that's not a Michael's chain. There's yarn in there. Yes, of course there's yarn in there, right? I didn't want to, let's see, the pattern shows, look at this. So the pattern shows this garter stitch right here strap. And, you know, that's gonna stretch. Have you worked in garter stitch before? Do you plan on putting anything in your purse? That's gonna stretch, right? So I didn't want to go that route. And I was trying to figure out what's going to lend strength to it. Now, I could have done the garter stitch and then taken a bias tape or some fabric or something and sewn it to it so the garter stitch couldn't stretch, but that would require me getting the bias tape, getting some sewing stuff, and sewing, you know, so that didn't happen, right? But I was trying to come up with something that would just give it a wow factor, just really nice. And as it is, I'm making this, you know, as I call it, my army green purse. And we know I was in the army, right? You know, I have my army green purse, right? No, you can't wear that in uniform. Just letting you know if you were thinking and wondering. No, that's a no-go. But I have this beautiful purse. You had options for the bottom to do that in seed stitch or just a stockinette stitch. Pretty sure you had options. Let's see, what does it look like? Yeah, there's options. Well, I like seed stitch. I love the bumpy look to it. I like that. To me, that is just simple elegance. Now, depending if you're a continental knitter or you're a thrower, you might not like the seed stitch. You might like the way it looks. But moving that yarn from the forward to the back and dealing with the throwing, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't knit that way. I heard the term and I didn't understand, like, why are you throwing your yarn? I really didn't know. I taught myself how to knit and I taught myself continental because I crocheted first and that just made a lot of sense to me. But I love that refined look. And because I do continental, I don't have an issue with it. It's pretty easy for me to just go back and forth. Love that. So you start here at that bottom and then you do a rapid increase. It has the instructions on that, you know, which gives this nice bulged out, and you want that increase too because you've got all of these cables, and you know, the cables kind of suck things in a bit, and it's just such a fun design. Absolutely wonderful. And then once you get to the top for the seed stitch, you do a massive decrease. Again, you go from like 220 stitches down to, I don't know, something pretty tiny. I know I had a lot of people at the time asked me how I did mine, and it's kind of an interesting one. It's yeah, you go from 220 stitches down to 75 stitches in one round. Yeah. And make it look nice and neat. So it was fun. It was yeah, knit 3 together 14 times, knit 2 together once, and then repeat all the way around, you know. So very mathematical, not too difficult, but yeah, you're going from 220 stitches down to 75. And once you get to that 75, it's like, woohoo, we're smooth sailing, because you were doing 220 before, and now you're, you know, just massively reduced. It's like, you're flying, you are flying. So on this, I love cables. I absolutely love cables. And I needed something to really just set everything off and be simple. So again, this right here, I bought the chain at Michael's, the craft chain. It was 48 inches. I didn't use all 48 inches, but that's, you know, how it came. And then I made a really, really long chain. I don't know what size needle I used. I don't think it mattered, but a very, very long chain. And then you can see I wrapped it in between the chain links of this crafter chain that I got at Michael's, right? And that right there gave some padding, right, for the chain itself. It gives padding for on your shoulder. I mean, it's got some heft to it. I mean, it's a heavy chain, but it gives the padding for that, so it's not just the metal chain biting into your shoulder, right? It also makes this really match the whole aesthetic and everything of the purse. You know, it just blends in. And then I stitch it down on the side here the best I could in a as I call it, a pleasing manner. I did the best I could and just incorporated it here to where it's not just on one stitch at the top, really yanking and pulling your work. So that gave it that strength, that gave it that heft. The pattern did have the 3 buttonholes right there. And as luck would have it, look at those buttons. Did I not find the perfect buttons for that? I mean, they're brushed, they're whatever, they blend nice, but yet they still show for the purse. I mean, how cute is that? So that is my purse right here. Let me see if I can stand up and you can see how that hangs. Yeah, so you can see how that hangs. Again, I have stuff in it right now to keep that shape, but that is my nice clutch style, really adorable, my bag for things we're making Thursday. So what do you think? Are you gonna try it? Are you gonna do something like this? Do you think you could make one? I mean, it's just like I said, 2 skeins. That's it. That's what I used. You don't have to spend a fortune. You really, really don't. Use what you have in your stash of worsted weight yarn. That's what you want. But all it was 2 and a free pattern. You can do it. You can have fun. And let's see, do I have anything on saying what size needles? Oh, I use size 5 needles, worsted weight size 5 needles, because of course you want that nice, tight, firm gauge. You don't want things falling out. You don't want things slipping out. Kind of like making a stuffed animal, right? I mean, it's not a stuffed animal, but it's kind of like that. You want it to be a little more solid. One of the other things I could have done, but did not at the time, I think I've talked about things like that before. Can you see that? That's where the buttonhole is, right there. If I wanted to do something and make that more sturdy, that's where you would do like a grommet, or I think on this one, it wouldn't have been a bad idea to go around and use the same yarn and make like a buttonhole stitch around it to kind of strengthen the hole right there. Again, it's been a lot of years. It's fine. But that right there, because maybe not necessarily the grommet, so you wouldn't be able to get the button through, right? The button through the buttonhole. You could, maybe. But something to strengthen that, to keep that looking a little bit nicer to where it doesn't stretch out. I think that's about the only thing that I could have done to make that even better. But this is my bag. This is my contribution, so to speak, for things we're making Thursday. And like I said, for me, it is a massive throwback to 2008. And yeah, it was, like I said, it was in our local yarn store for a lot of time. I used to make things for the local yarn store because, hello, that's where I like to hang out. That's my happy place. And, you know, I just did it just because. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's a lot of fun. You're making things anyway. That's how I am now. I'm making things anyway. I mean, you know, it's this many years later, and I can tell you right now, I actually have things in a local yarn store again, because that's what I do. I like to share. I like to make things. I like to do stuff like that. And that's why this isn't such pristine condition, because it was on display for so long. But again, that was my fun. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. This has been an enjoyable Thursday for me. Hopefully it is to you too, to see some vintage, right? I mean, it's kind of vintage, 2008. That's a lot of years ago to have made something, you know. I mean, it's an honored teenager. Let's just put it that way, right? That's that surly teenager at this age. It's a surly teenager. Yeah, that's what's going on. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.